Hey guys, what's up? It's Natasha and welcome to the start of another reading vlog. Did I miscalculate? No, I was correct. Okay, so 6 books I want to read this month. I was going to start with Glow because I don't want any spoilers because it just came out like 2 weeks ago. But I cannot handle another thick book. Not at this point. I just finished House of Sky and Breath and it was... It was a very thick book. So I'm thinking next week I'm going to read Glow. But for now, I'm going to choose between the pack of 5 that's in front of me. And I'll show you and I'll make a decision now. So these are the 5 books I want to choose between. Now I know James Patterson books are very quick. But also, this one's calling my name. And The Hunger Games, of course, is calling my name. But also Broken is calling my name. This one, okay, so we'll eliminate this one because it's not like my high priority. Sorry if you see my dogs behind there. They're just chilling. Anyway, so these are the 4 books that I'm aiming to read. Now, I need to eliminate another one. And my thought process is, am I really in the mood for anything other than The Hunger Games? I don't know. Because, see, the thing is, I want to read the whole trilogy of The Hunger Games, so maybe I should leave that for last. But I also want to read it now. Okay, we'll put that on the maybe pile. And then, I know James Patterson books are very fast. So, maybe I should read this one out. Don't worry, not everything's going to go on the maybe pile. How many pages is this one? Let me just, if I can page, 409. But again, his books are very fast. And I can listen to the CD while doing this. I don't know, guys. These 2, I'm going to leave for another time. But also, again, this book is very quick because it's a young adult mystery, isn't it? No. Okay, not that one. I'm in the mood for a Kelly Armstrong book. Not entirely at this very point. Now it's between these 2. Am I going to be childish and play Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo? Most likely. Wow, this is so much more difficult than I thought it was going to be.
One eternity later.
You know what? I've made a decision. I almost said eat The Hunger Games. Guys, I'm hungry. I'm going to start with The Hunger Games and then I'll work my way through that pile. Okay, so now that you've seen my thought process in life in general, if you're excited for this vlog, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what most you enjoyed about The Hunger Games, even if it's in the movie. Well, the movie and the book are quite similar, but anyway. And without any further ado, let's just jump right into this video. Okay, hey guys, I'm trying to record a video but my dogs are restless. There's apparently 2 dogs running down the street, so I don't know what's happening. I have questions. Anyway, I have reached, let me check for you because I'm busy making food, so it's upside down. I thought I was 60. Okay, so I'm at page 37 of The Hunger Games, and yeah, although this is like a reread for me every year, I am really enjoying the emotion Suzanne Collins puts behind the words she speaks. well, she writes. I mean, there where Katniss explains how cold it was when, you know, Peter gave her the bread and just the emotion behind everything. And I was like, I forget that this woman wrote the best trilogy in our century, I'm guessing. I haven't actually read more dystopian novels where I can say this one really stuck with me and this one really gripped me, shaped me, all that. So yeah, but that is just basically the update I can give you right now. I don't think I have more to say, other than I'm enjoying the experience. I'm enjoying reliving the experience. Someone asked me on Instagram, how am I enjoying rereading the book? And I told her, it feels like I'm back in the past where I have no worries and everything is just fine. And all you can do is curl up with a good book and immerse yourself in that world. And it's just, it's nostalgic and I love it. I am highly upset right now. I was just outside trying to switch on the lights. A bird pooed on my head. What the? That is, oh, I feel so horrible. I don't know where it is. I can't see it. But yeah, I just felt something drop on my head. And I was like, what's that? Touched it. Yeah, okay, so happy Friday, everybody. Hey guys, happy Sunday. I haven't been recording a lot. Obviously not, it's weekends. I don't usually record on weekends. But mostly I have read up until the point where Peter and why did I almost call her Chris? Katniss, where they drive with their chariots and they're on fire and everything. So I'm currently there, which means I'm 80% into the book. I'm still enjoying the book, still enjoying the world building. It's not a new world for me, but it's just a welcoming world to go back to relive the memories, to relive everything that has been written. I think because I've read the book so much and I've seen the movie so much, I can clearly see the characters in my eyes. Usually when you read and the book is new, you don't actually picture the characters' faces, or am I just the only one? Like, you have an idea of how they look, but you don't put, say for example, Josh Hutcherson's face on Peter unless you know the movie and unless you've seen the movie. But other than that, I'm really enjoying the writing style. Is just amazing to me. I was sitting and I was actually thinking how Suzanne Collins writes. She really grasps the perspective of someone who is insecure about things that happen. Not in a bad way. For example, just the way that Katniss says, maybe he's being nice, or maybe he's just being nice so that he can win me over, or he's being nice so that he actually has a better chance in killing me. And I feel a lot of writers don't always get that right, because they have this idea of they know what their other characters are thinking, so they won't incorporate the insecurities and the indecisiveness from their first person character. And I'm enjoying this book so much. I actually want to finish reading it by tomorrow, because I have a lot to do this week. I also have a lot of pre-recording to do, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. I am trying to psych myself up to make dinner for tonight, but I also don't want to because I'm really not in the mood. It's like that lazy Sunday you have. That is how I feel currently, so we shall see. So yeah, before my battery dies, I'm going to talk to you guys probably later. As you can see, I've got new glasses. And I'm also in the kitchen because I'm busy preparing sauce for tonight's dinner. But I thought I'd just quickly jump on here and tell you what I'm reading. I'm reading One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. I already finished part 1. So yeah, I do apologize for the hadida in the background. I can't stop them. They are indigenous to South Africa, and I think they should be our national bird. This book follows 5 teenagers, and they are sent to detention because they were found in possession of cell phones that were not allowed in the class for some apparent reason. The one aims to be a Yale student. The other one is she has her life together as the prom queen. You know, she's just that beautiful girl that everyone wants to be. I'm just going to quickly stir my food. I hope it doesn't fall off the stove. This is very unsafe. Anyway, the one is almost serial offender, or I think he is. close to being a serial offender, and the other one is like a baseball guy that just achieves to do sports in his life. And then the last one is a gossip columnist writer. He reveals secrets of everyone who's in school, and as high school students do, they believe that gossip column or whatever. Anyway, and then the one who writes the gossip column, Simon, is found dead 24 hours before he can post all their deepest, darkest secrets, the people who are also in detention. Yeah, that was a very long-winded explanation. Anyway, as I said, I've already finished part 1, and it's very fast-paced, quite enjoyable, and some of the things that popped up I just didn't expect. Like for Bronwyn, for instance, I didn't think that is what she did to get an A in calculus. To be honest, I thought something real different of her. I also did not expect Eddie's hate towards TJ to be that bad, and for that particular reason. For now, I don't really care about Cooper, and I also don't really care about Nate. They're just fillers. They are just the 2 random others that were there. But my my question still remains: who did it? So I've set you down here because I'm just going to quickly give you a wrap up of everything that I read this week. Obviously, if you've been watching for this long, I've been reading The Hunger Games and One of Us is Lying. So overall, I always give The Hunger Games a 5 out of 5 stars. There's just something amazing about Suzanne Collins' writings, or Suzanne Collins, however you want to pronounce it, that I just enjoy. Everything in this book I enjoyed. I did mention the way that she describes the emotions and the way she describes how Katniss feels, and everything it's about Katniss. I know in some instances when you write the first person narrative, you kind of fail to address the unsureness of how a character feels usually, because you want to give this overall, oh no, I know how the character feels, so you should know too. And there's a lot of times where she questions Peter, and she's like, are you really doing this to help me, or are you doing it to better your situation in the games? And I feel sometimes people who write first-person narratives, they tend to avoid that unsureness because they don't want their characters to seem a little unsure about themselves. They want to show that the characters know what they're doing. They know what, is happening in the world around them. But Suzanne Collins just grasps this, that even though Katniss is fighting for her life and fighting for everything, she's still a human being, and she's still unsure about everything that is happening around her. And it's so beautifully written. And there are some quotes that I just love. I didn't tab this book, but I did write in it every now and then. But there were Katniss and Peter before they go into the games, and he says he doesn't want to lose his humanity. And I read that and was like, wow, it's kind of like a glimpse or a hint that something might go wrong in the end. And I remember the first time reading this book, and I'm thinking they might not strip away humanity. I am thinking that Peter would actually die in this book. Turns out he didn't. That's, because you go off of the fact that you only have one tribute who wins. And I thought Peter obviously wasn't going to make it, and I knew Katniss was going to win, because how can you write a first person narrative and she's not the winner? So that kind of thing. So overall, this is just a 5-star read for me. Every year it's a 5-star read. And then the second book I read was One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. I gave this book a 4, of which I'm strongly debating of dropping it down to a 3. Mostly because what actually upset me is the fact that my fiance, who didn't even read the book, I gave him the premise of the book, and he's like, that's your killer. And I was like, oh. Because I gave him a hint of something that probably should have, made the wheels click in my brain as well, but it didn't. But there's a lot of weird stuff happening in this book. At first, when how Simon died, I was really upset about it because, I thought there was going to be this extravagant thing happening, and then he just died because of a peanut allergy, and I was like, wow, okay. So, but how it all played out was very good. There's just these tiny hints that they throw at you that you as a reader are supposed to connect together, and I believe I actually just read this for the enjoyment. And there's also this whole thing of when someone dies of, say, a peanut allergy in Simon's case, why are the police getting involved? Because if you rule it's a peanut allergy and he died of that, why are the police getting involved? And why are they making a big fuss of this? This is something that I've realized in young adult stories is sometimes they don't iron out the plot as much and they skip over possible suspects that the police would investigate. For example, the teacher that was with them during this incident, the police just scanned over him and then continued. Why? Why was the nurse not investigated because there were not enough EpiPens? I can't speak today. Why were they were just zooming in on 4 of these people because of the possibility that they might have killed him because they have beef with Simon. That was their motive. And I just thought the premise is nice. It is enjoyable. If you want to go in without putting 2 and 2 together, and if you want to read this book for enjoyment purposes, I would definitely say just pick it up, enjoy it along the ride. Don't try and figure out who's the killer. Just enjoy page by page. But if you know who the killer is by page 50, put it down. Because you're not going to enjoy it. I don't know. It was somewhere along the line, it was also very dragged out because the police were just investigating and these people were, I don't know, there's some issues that were highlighted in this book that I was just like, why is this even mentioned? Some of the characters that I did enjoy, their perspectives, is Bronwyn and Nate. Cooper, I figured out his secret long before I was supposed to know about the secret, apparently, because there was this, where is it, on page 40? I'm just trying to get it. The quote is, he's talking about his girlfriend, and he says, a genuinely sweet girl. Every guy at Bayview wishes he were me. And I was like, I know your secret. And then Addie, she had the biggest character arc in the story. She, dated a manipulative guy and a guy that I would gladly punch in the face. So, but he does it in such a subtle way, of which manipulative guys tend to do. So, yeah. Anyway, of all the characters, she had the biggest character arc. There are also a few times where I was like, obviously she's a teenager, so she's going to think like a teenager, but there were times when she did the stupidest mistakes. And I remember at one time, after she and her boyfriend broke up, he tells her that he wants her to come visit him. And she's like, yeah, okay. And I wrote in all caps, no. Why would you want to go visit him? And then when she eventually goes to him, he asks her, what's the whole situation with the police and everything? And she tells him somewhat of a lie. And I don't know what he says to her, but he says he has as much right to know about the investigation that she does. And he told her, because I'm also being bothered by the press and by journalists and all that, and they are also bothering me. I'm like, why are they bothering you? Like, hello, you're not the prime suspect, so why are you manipulating her? And the growth that she has where she says, yeah, I'm in the same boat as you, and he's like, oh, okay, cool. So will I be reading the next installment? No. I don't see there's a use for next installment unless you want to build up on some of the characters' relationship. But other than that, I don't see how another scandal can bring these 4 back together. It's like a one-time thing and that's it. Unless the follow-up is about something else. Maybe they're kids, of which I will not want to read either. So that is my wrap-up. That is what I can say about these books. If you did enjoy this very short vlog, I'm assuming, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys in the video next week. If you want, comment down below if you've read any of these 2 books, if you like them, maybe if you're going to continue with the One of Us is Lying series. I believe it's a series, because there's nothing in front here that indicates that it's a series. Anyway, I might actually just watch the show. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the video next week. Bye!